this is the last episode of 2019.
Yeah, even though we had a hiccup on the last episode, which
people don't know about that.
We'll be going back to it, though.
Let's fill them in. We did another episode before this episode, guys, and it didn't record.
Yeah, with our good friend Adam, pretty done.
Technical difficulties,
because
he's going to be the first episode of 2020.
Oh, snap.
But for 2019, we got the last episode 88, with MyJuicySteak, a.k.a. Layla. And yeah, this episode's going to be dope, man. I can't wait. I've actually known Layla for a year or two now. And she's
did a
dope,
photo
man.
shoot with her?
Yeah, we did a photo shoot back in 2017, I think. And it came out pretty dope, man. If you guys want to check it out, check out my Instagram. I don't know where I have the link for it. Down here to the side, up, down, maybe in the bio. But yeah, we did a photo shoot, and she does dope makeup, and she recently joined TikTok. I think this year, she just joined TikTok.
She's murdering.
Bro, she's at 1.9 million.
I don't even know how she did it, so we are going to ask her.
Yeah, we're going to find out how you do TikTok, because we are two old men who don't know how to use TikTok.
But before any of that,
don't forget to
subscribe,
and then
like,
and then
please leave a little comment.
Yeah, because it makes our day. It makes us happy poop.
Tell us what your favorite episode was this past year.
We try to get to 1,000 subscribers this year. Might not happen, so
definitely not happen.
Maybe in 2020.
I'm just about to buy that shit.
You know what? We're just gonna set the bar higher next year. Next year we're gonna hit 100,000, bro.
100 million.
100 million.
100 trillion.
Without further ado, we present.
100 gajillion.
We present episode 88.
Bazillion.
Of the Morning Dinner Podcast. Boop, boop.
Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen. In the goddamn refrigerator.
I sure am hungry.
All right. At MyJuicySteak. What's poppin'?
What's good?
I heard you're back in Vegas, and you're ready to drop some new content. You got some stuff going on. You just dropped merch.
Yeah.
You just got married. I know who you are.
Congrats.
Congratulations. But for people who are tuning in and don't know, can you explain who you are and what you do?
So, I am a verified TikTok creator.
Verified.
Yeah, and I do it really is just all real content. It's based on my personality. So I do a lot of comedy because I'm a very goofy, humorous person. And then, I incorporate anything in my life. So I, used to work, I would clean Airbnbs and people want to know what my job was. And they, I recorded it and people just loved it. So that went viral. So, anything that went viral, basically I made it my thing.
Uh-huh. Because I've known you to create content as Instagram stories back in the day.
Oh,
and I would watch and this was back in the day when you had the incident that you got bit in the face by a pit bull, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
And I think that's how I found out about you. One of my homegirls must have sent me a video like, yo, look at how funny she is. And I was scrolling down, I saw the pit bull thing, but I was like, you're just the way you handled it.
Yeah, you were acting goofy.
You were
like,
yo,
big ass.
I was having a ball.
This happened to me, but I'm still gonna laugh about it.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do in that situation? It already happened. Like anything bad that happens to me, I'm like, well, let's make it funny,
But to me, it's like more than what happened is like the reaction to it and the way you handled it was like, god damn, like. And you were making fun of it, and you also do makeup, right?
Yeah,
you do some bomb ass makeup. Okay,
licensed makeup artist.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
that came first before everything.
That came first, but I was like, I wanted to make my entire career about makeup, and then you saw my videos. I was really big on wanting to make content, and I didn't want to do makeup content because that's so that's so mainstream. Everybody does that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was I became a licensed makeup artist, and then kind of just fell off.
So you wouldn't want to make like makeup content because it's like people already doing that already. You felt like that was an avenue that was already like exploited to the max.
Yeah, and the beauty industry is very cutthroat.
Yeah,
and like
how
part of it's just like if you ain't doing good makeup or you're doing the same thing and just like everybody else, you don't stand out. And the only thing that matters is like it's just you're doing makeup. And they don't really, unless you're doing like a certain type of makeup, which is like FX or like very artistic, yeah. And then that's what makes you stand out. And it's just even then, like, how do you put it? Sorry, I'm like.
No, you're good. This is your first podcast, by the way.
Yeah,
do not get intimidated.
I'm a little nervous.
Don't get nervous. We're just a couple of goofballs.
Yeah,
but I'm definitely gonna say like. would you ever get into like your own beauty supply line?
Oh,
in the
most
future?
definitely.
Did you see Shane Dawson? Was it?
Yeah, that was
killed it.
all over
He's
my
a
feed,
genius, though.
too.
I swear, though.
Very
He's really
smart.
smart. Did you
Yeah.
hear about it?
Yeah. The makeup packet that he did with
Jeffree Star.
But how he like filmed it all the way through
Yeah,
and
he
everything.
does, like,
It's
did the
almost like
series.
the documentary series that he's been doing a bunch of different documentaries, right? I feel like this whole series that he's been doing, all the different episodes, has been marketing for the product he was gonna drop.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, hey, I'm putting down the footwork of like building something, and then at the end of the day, here you go, sell it
was
to
a
you.
great way to market it.
But he sold it
too.
to you without even asking you to buy it. You know what I mean? Isn't that
Yeah.
That's
crazy?
the best way to do it. You
And
know
it-
what I
and it
mean?
was sold out.
He already had relationships with his, supporters. So that's even like,
Yeah.
boom, that's even better. And then they see that you're happy, and then they, you're putting out a good product. Like, he really did it perfectly, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
because when you tie in emotions with the product, people are gonna buy it. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're like,
most
oh,
definitely.
Damn, look
And
how much work he put for
you
this.
have personality connected to your product. That's why, like, even what I'm doing, everything I do has my personality attached to it. That's why I didn't like makeup. Is because all you do is put a song over it, and you're just like, and you're like, look what I could do. Like, I have this lipstick. I don't know if you can see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but at least what I did in my content was like I blew up doing hair.
Yeah.
That's what blew me up. And what's it called? I attached my personality to it. So I was making a bunch of, dark humor jokes, and I was like, make sure you put enough gel in to where you look like a wetback Mexican, like just like my daddy. People love that. But that's where everything means more. At least like any merch connected to a creator like Shane and everything.
Yeah.
Is your personality is attached to it. Nobody's gonna care if they don't even know how you sound. Oh, that girl's pretty.
So what?
That's it.
Yeah.
There's tons of pretty girls.
So how would you describe the MyJuicySteak brand as a personality?
Just very, very real, like very confident.
Up in your face about it.
Yeah, and also like don't never apologize for being who you are. Everything, I've definitely gotten a lot of hate and shame for being the way I am, being very outgoing and humorous for a female, and being a funny girl, and making content that's in the male industry of like a comedian. And the main brand is about just be yourself.
Yeah.
And have a good time. Like, we only live so long. Like,
Yeah.
and be confident. Be proud of who you are. And I really base all my content on that.
That's so dope.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Because it really makes me happy when people are like down with making. Because I feel like comedy and dark humor, to a certain extent, too, could be like a coping mechanism. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it definitely
Oh,
is.
yeah.
It definitely
You
is.
see my old videos too.
Some of the like, and I would like, we always talk about this, like comedians, right? The comedians are the saddest people because they're always at that high of trying to make people laugh and trying to look at the best side of things. That inside, that it's a completely different story,
Yeah, and they take their own life experiences, so that's like Kevin Hart, everybody knows him. Some of all his jokes come from his life experience, and it's his personality and how he reacts. That's really the best way to do it. And a lot of like the whole reason I'm a very humorous person is because I had a very rough come up. I got put in a lot of really like, can I cuss?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bad. Really like shitty situations, and things that ruined my life. And I would go to school and be the happiest person in the room, making the most jokes, pissing off the teacher the most, like, Layla, shut the fuck up, but I that's also why I like being real too, is because like, everybody goes through it. Everybody goes through something that teaches them a lesson. But yeah, like being a comedian, a big part of it is, having to take from your life experiences.
One of the things that I did want to ask is, with your personality, with what you do on social media, like, would you ever consider a comedic like career in like making like,
would you ever do
stand up?
This is a good question. Most definitely. I really want to, because anytime I'm put in front of people, I'm always just cracking jokes and everything, and I'm very witty, I'm very quick with it, and like, when you do stand up, you already have it planned and everything, so it's even better. Then you put little, you definitely do improv, but I really, really want to try it because that'd be great. Like it'd be fun. It's an experience, and I do like say I'm a comedian because that's really what my my most well-known content is all about is comedy.
Yeah.
So I would love to put me on. I'm ready. Like
that shit would be so tight. What about, have you ever done one? Like, have you ever been like, I'm gonna just go to a bar and do a little stand-up?
No,
because they have them out here too. Like I've been to one of my homies stand-up thing. It was like 5 people. But hold on, but that's the cool thing though. Like if you do like a little open mic bar thing where there's like 10 people out there, like you get to practice it, right?
Yeah,
you get to try it because even though you might have a whole script of how you're gonna do the comedy show, you don't know how that stage is gonna hit you when that light hits you, and then you gotta.
And you're in front of
it's a new experience.
And that's why I hate talking shit, because it was like there was just jokes that I didn't laugh
Bro,
at.
no, I give my homie mad props.
But it did, yeah, because that's so nerve wracking. And the other thing is too is just like, bro, like I don't know. It's just I know I can never do it. And would you do it?
No.
No?
Maybe.
It's really like it's also very cutthroat because you're making jokes. This is the only thing I'd be a little like, damn. Is like you make a joke and nobody laughs at it, you know, and they're just kind of looking at you like,
yeah,
can you like get off the stage?
Yeah,
you know,
I
like,
laugh though when there's no laughs. I'm like, yeah, that was funny. That's why it's like, fuck.
But I'd be scared to do it, you know, like low key, because like I get recognized everywhere, and so I'm sure somebody would be in there and be like, "That's MyJuicySteak." You know,
and then you're up on TikTok, like, oh, got her slipping.
Yeah,
nobody laughed.
And they record it.
But see, that's funny to me because then you can make fun of it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it wasn't that funny that night.
I think that's the beauty of that TikTok platform, though. And like, dude, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I hated it at first.
Oh,
just because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's the new thing kids are doing, right? But when I realized the mechanism behind it and how many tools there are within that app, I'm like, whoa, this is not just for kids. Like, yes, this is what they're using, but that's because kids always use the newest thing, right? But it's like the way that you can post a video, edit your video, and then somebody can remix your video, make a reaction to it, post that. Bro, like people can remix a video like 4 times and it shows all 4 versions next to each other. Like, it's just crazy.
So who put you on TikTok? Okay. Or did you find out?
Yeah. Actually, my brother did, and he told me like a year before I ever really used it, like put videos on there. And he's like, you know, what's this TikTok thing? Maybe you should try it. And I'm, you know, what I thought of TikTok as was basically like where little girls go to, I'm sorry I'm going to say this, but go and dress up like thoughts and, you know, just, you know, do that, you know, like social media dance.
Dun, 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 dun. Was it the Cinderella song? Oh. Boom, and then they're in their thong or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's what exactly. That's exactly what I thought of it. You know,
Chuck's not on TikTok, so he doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, like in the beginning, because it used to be Musical.ly, and so that was what Musical.ly was all about. And there are people still on there, like creators that blew up on Musical.ly. But that's what I thought of TikTok as, was just like, you know, I thought it was stupid. I didn't think it had any real potential for like real content. And then a year later, I go on it again. I'm like, oh, whatever. Like I have an account. Let's look at it. And I saw comedy, and I was like, whoa, like okay, like I had a lot of Snapchat videos. I was always like making videos. You saw mine. I was dumb as shit. And
that's why when I saw your content and then I saw you on TikTok, it just seemed so natural because I was like, dude, your content's already so hilarious.
Yeah, one of the things of like, of course, you're gonna make a lot of videos and you have hopes that one day. And I would just also like make videos out of enjoyment. I've always been a very lonely person. So like when I'm alone with my phone in a room, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put it down on Snapchat or Instagram. But what's it called? But yeah, I saw comedy on there, and I decided to put up my Snapchat videos, and eventually my account was still so new, and eventually one hit, and I was basically like talking about like my mommy left, and I was like, my daddy left too, and it was people like loved it, and it wasn't even that much. It was like 100K views and like 10K, like not that much to me now, but it was like 10K likes, and I was like, oh my god,
how did it get big though like that? Like how did it just shoot up like that? Do you know?
It's something with the algorithm. It's harder because it's one of the fastest growing social media platforms at the moment.
Now you only get on the For You page of your Kevin Hart or The Rock.
Yeah, that's something like I'll mention later, but it's definitely like blowing up right now. But when I started it, it was way easier to blow up on there because the algorithm, someone in the world, whoever has a TikTok will see it, and if it's good and if it's funny and it gets a certain amount of engagement, it stays on the For You page. Because like sometimes you'll see like people who have like 1 like on the For You page, and that's just how the algorithm is. And
that's pretty tight though.
Yeah, that's why I love it. You know, I was like, wow, one of the hardest things I was dealing with, you know, when I really wanted to make content, wanted to do that, was I couldn't get the views. And the only way to get the views is to get a certain amount of views and have it blow up and then have people share it. The engagement. The engagement's the most important part, you know, sharing it, liking it, saving it. And on Instagram, of course, Instagram is like grandfathered in. That's so difficult. And Twitter has a little more potential to blow up, but still just as hard. But TikTok was like the perfect platform. So when I saw it, I was like, okay, bet. And then I kept making videos, and I was making videos actually on the TikTok app, and that they all kept blowing up. I had more eyes on my stuff. And then I made hair time. I made a video. It was basically me doing my hair. Didn't think anything of it. Thought it was going to get the least amount of views. And it was my first like video that went into like the 500K, like 600K views.
Now I want to talk about what that feeling was like.
Oh, I posted it, went to bed, woke up the next day, and I saw 600K views and like 300,000 likes. And I was like, it's my moment. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and then I made it a goal after that. And this is how I blew up. I blew up in a month. I hit 1 million within a month.
No, and I want to say I saw that.
Yeah.
Because I think when we did our photo shoot back in 2017, I had more followers than you. I was like, what the hell? Like on Instagram. Yeah. And now you're at 70,000 on Instagram?
On Instagram, yeah, 70K.
And I saw her post, and I was like, "Oh, just hit 200,000, just hit 500,000, hit 1 million."
And that's why I was posting it, because at the time my goal was, basically the goal was, I'm gonna post a video every single day that goes viral, and if one didn't, post another one, and then post another one. And I missed like maybe 2 or 3 days where I didn't. You know, I had things to do. I had to deal with life, but that's what I did for that entire month. And I'm over here thinking, oh, I want to hit 1 million by the end of the year. I hit 1 million within that month. Damn. But as long as you're putting out good content, and you know you got an audience, and you're also listening to your audience, because like I had
my bad, on TikTok, can they comment or leave? Oh
yeah, everything.
Okay.
And
God, I got the worst co-host for this shit.
So do you literally do you read the comments?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, see, I'd be so scared.
He said, so TikTok, this is an application?
On the phone? Trust me, when I started to blow up, and I have a certain accent, and a lot of people like it, and a lot of people don't. And when I first started, that was the hardest part about going through the comments. And at some point I stopped. I only looked at the top comments because there's so much hate. I saw like Cardi B wannabe, you know, or like she sounds like Cardi, she's trying to be Cardi. That was one of like the biggest things I got. And I was like, post up, like say it again, you know. And then like people are just like, you're annoying, you know, like why do you talk like that? Why are you trying to act black? You know, and it's just kind of like,
that's the big one.
But it actually died down a lot as I got bigger. And I was new to TikTok. They were like, who the fuck is this chick? Right. You know, like who does she think she is?
Or you just get so many damn comments it gets drowned out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do still get hate, but it's like, you know, it's not as bad. When I was blowing up, I was getting like death threats, like in my DMs. Yeah, it was like, it got real dark.
That's when you know you made it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You get a death threat, you just smile and like, I made it.
Yeah, exactly. It was a good feeling though. You know, something I always aspired and wanted to have.
And now you created a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been lagging and slacking on it a little bit, but you know, I'm gonna get on top of it now that I moved.
YouTube is kind of a beast. Like I think because you mentioned something very important right now when you were talking. You were saying that you were posting every day within that month, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think that has something to do with that algorithm that you're talking about, where it's like if you keep posting more every day, you're more likely to end up on the For You page?
So probably your videos have ended up on somebody's, every single video.
I know I got 200 views on one of my TikToks.
Yeah, there you
Nice,
go.
bro.
Exactly. But that somebody in your every video will end up on the For You page. It's just if it's, if it's bad content or good content, that is, what will measure the views it gets. But what I did, and it's what anybody should do, like in media or in social media, is be consistent. I was, I was relevant at the time and I took advantage of it. People would pull up TikTok just to look at my account, and then I kept ending up on the For You page. So now people know my face, even if they don't like me. It's like, sis, that's not my fault.
Get on TikTok.
Yeah, like, exactly. But yeah, you just got to be consistent. And then, you got videos that keep blowing up. You're on the For You page even more. Then you see, oh, wow, this video got a lot of likes. I'm going to watch it, and it's just, but the algorithm is what allowed me to blow up, and get eyes on my content.
That's so
and
tight.
I'm so grateful for
I like
it.
that.
Wait, so then let me ask you now, because you're about to hit 2 million, right?
Yeah, I hit
on TikTok?
1.9 million today.
Do you? Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Goddamn.
Do you have like are you taking it serious to that point where it's like now, okay, well now I have to start planning out content for the month. I gotta drop on these days at these times. Like, are you on that level, or is it still kind of like, whenever I get a chance, I'm gonna do a TikTok?
So half and half, and it's not because I want to or don't want to. It's because of my situation, like living situation. But I went as a full-time creator about 2-3 months ago. It was when, like, a little bit after I hit 1 million. I was like, it's what I want to do, and I'm gonna do it. I did it once. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna keep going until I hit the top and even go farther. And so I made a choice. I don't have any other job. I hate to call it this, but like technically my content, TikTok, YouTube, social media is my job, and it's what I love to do. So technically I'm not working.
Yeah.
But my living situation, so I moved from Florida back to Vegas, in with now my husband, and living situation was just really bad. And, we kind of just got hit with, how do you say, like we got blindsided. We lived with the roommate that was like a terrible person, and that was a lot of like drama.
Do you want to talk about that? Because I've seen on your TikTok you have like you had a story time, right?
Yeah, I talked about the situation because it had been already affecting my content so much. We had no space. I had no space to go and record, and I don't like people in the room because I'm shy. And also just terrible energy in the house. Like, I just woke up feeling angry, and it was just terrible. We were getting ordered around like we were working for him, and I'm okay with talking about it. I was going to be a little shady and make his username.
Say his name.
Yeah.
Go talk shit to him.
Yeah, but I wanted to be a bigger man. Trust me, we did have to defend ourselves. But yeah, that all happened, and basically he was like, I don't want to live. He goes, I hate living with a bunch of broke motherfuckers.
Damn.
And that was like the last straw for us. And so we made the decision to move out by the 1st, which only gave us 2 days.
That's toxic as fuck.
Yeah, it was that bad for us to pick up his entire studio, our entire life, and go to find a place. We didn't have a place set up or anything. We made a decision and told him, and we told him that we weren't going to pay him the rent. Like, sucks to be you, you did it to yourself. And so that was also like, okay, great. Now I can't record. I can't do this. And like, we're together. We're a team, but still, like, it was affecting all our content, and we all work at home. And so that's so important. And we didn't have the space. But yeah, we moved out and we moved into the budget suites. We had to put, a good majority of our stuff in a storage unit. So barely, especially my husband, he did not have any of his equipment, couldn't really work, couldn't. Yeah, it was bad. We were there for a month, and the budget suites wasn't terrible. It's budget suites. It's not going to be like grade A, like,
of course.
But it was, it was the best option. We felt so much better as far as like energy. It didn't feel like we were in a house that was like high school. It was just
like strict parents.
Yeah. I want to know. I want to know. Like,
So
how did you meet this person that was your roommate? Like, was that like a family friend? Was it like a?
So Cole, which is my husband's friend as well as mine, basically family. He moved into that house with him with I'm trying not to say his name. But
We'll bleep it out. We'll bleep it out.
But yeah, but he moved in with him, and then my husband got put in a situation in Florida, and he had nowhere else to go, but he had a house in Vegas, and Vegas is also better for the scene and media and everything. So moved to Vegas, and I'm from Vegas. I'm born and raised, so I didn't want to go back, but I went back not only because I moved back to Vegas not only because I blew up on TikTok, but also, how do you say,
cheaper?
Cheaper, and also to be with my man, and I'm closer to LA. Exactly. Right. And so that's how I met him, at least, and that's basically, they did not know him till they moved into the house. When I visited a month before I moved, and when I went, I did not like him. I was like, I took one look up and down. I'm not judgmental, but I could read somebody. Yeah. I could read somebody very easily.
That gut feeling's real.
Yeah, and he was just disrespectful. His jokes were like, whoa, dude. Like, I got dark humor, but it was just like, it was just jokes that was like fam, like, what the hell? And like, he would just like scream like rape in the house. Like, he would scream the word, and it was like, bro. So I really, it was just so toxic. It was just terrible.
That's just awkward though. Like, like that's not funny. Like it's.
Oh, I would not be in the same room with him. Yeah. Like, I would want to feel like I would fight somebody if he were even near me. It was just terrible energy. And that was, even before we moved, that was affecting my content, all our content so bad, because we just, you felt it was very depressing. There was a very like angry vibe, there's a lot of anger in the house for like no reason. It caused fights between me and my husband, and it was just terrible, all because of that one person. It was just that bad. I
think everybody can relate to having that kind of energy in their life, period.
It's
whether it's
toxic.
Somebody you're living with or a relationship you're in, like, I feel like anybody can relate to that.
But exactly, and it's definitely very relatable. And when I did the story time, people were like, girl, I had a roommate like that, and but it's just terrible. But that was affecting my content. We moved to Budget Suites. Then we finally got the house that we just moved into like 2 days ago. Pulled all day or all nighter, and it's huge. It's a mansion, and it's like I still feel poor standing in it. Wow. But
that's so tight.
Yeah, it's sick. Coming from nothing and you just keep going up and up and up. It's a really good feeling, very rewarding. But yeah, now that back to like what you asked me earlier, now that we have a place that we can live, great energy, it's big enough, we have the whole west wing of the house. So basically, like, he's got his studio, we got our room, and I got my own studio, my first, my own space and own studio, basically.
Damn, it's a legit mansion. So we got the West Wing.
I know.
Yeah.
We got the West Wing, bro.
You don't say that only if you're in like a big ass hotel.
Really, no, exactly. But now that I have that space, which is so important to me for my content, I'm gonna be way more consistent now. Really get on Instagram, really get on YouTube, stay on my TikTok, and it's gonna get back to what it was before I moved back to Vegas.
That's one of those pillars of creativity that Chuck and I was talking about. Is when people don't understand the necessity of having your space. Of being able to create content.
Exactly. Not
worrying about, someone's going to walk in, judge my content, throw my vibe off. Like, that's what this podcast studio that we have, it's always here. This is where we do our podcast.
Yeah, you don't have to take it down.
You don't got to take it down, put it away. Like, it's here to stay. And I know when we sit down in these chairs, we know what we're here to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's very important. A lot of people don't know how to separate work from life, and that's one of the biggest problems too. But when you can have your space of like, this is where I'm gonna work, that the productivity just goes.
Especially when you're working at home, that's so important.
You gotta make it not
separation.
seem like home, because then you'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go lay in my bed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I have my like computer far away from my bed, and I put like a little divider so I don't see it. So I'm like almost like, okay, this is my work, and that's why this looks like a studio. We have like the studio.
Got no living room couches, no TVs hanging on the wall.
Yeah, and that's how because you can't work from home if you can't separate it. Like how you just said, like, oh, I want to go lay down. No. Yeah. Like you're at 9 to 5 right now. Like, stay in here. Like,
plus when you surround yourself with other people who are also creatives and also doing things like that,
it helps.
It forces you to kind of get out of your funk. Like, okay, look at my shit. I gotta do something. You know what I mean?
We're all artists.
Because that little bit of competitiveness too. Like, well, I'm not gonna let you outshine me in good competition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's also like there's just creativity brewing. Like my husband's an artist. He does a bunch of things, and Cole is an artist. And having that environment, and it just fuels each other. And then having your own space, it's even better. Because like you said, you don't have to take this down and set it back up. You know, that was the problem. You know, at the house with the roommate, we had the tiniest room in the house with 2 people in it. And he had his studio that had no door. People were walking into it and touching his stuff and playing his drums that he just got. And it was just, and then when he would work, because like you said, like when you're sitting down and need to edit something, you don't want any distractions, but just come up into his studio and touch, like, you know, play his loud ass drums and distract him or try to talk to him. It was all bad. But for me, I was just staying in the bathroom all the time because it was the only space I had. But now that I have, you know, my own space, it's so important. And then when you walk into it, exactly how you said earlier, you know what you're there to do, and it's your space. You can make it your own.
Feels so good.
Yeah, and it's just very rewarding to, you know, go through all that.
So going back to like TikTok, how do you create the content? Like, what's your process? Like, do you write it out or what?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask her how do you use the app.
Fuck you, bro.
I got tips.
I got
you. I got you.
Show
I got
me
tips. But so interesting question, because it's kind of all over the place. As far as making my content, I either do it. Nothing's written out. Nothing's planned unless it has something to do with art. But even then, it's like very just straight up, like record a piece
Time
of
lapse.
it, you know, yeah, or something like that. And then so how I edit it, so there's certain content that I'll just record in the app. And then there's other content where I actually record with, you know, on the phone. And then I edit it in LumaFusion. And I then put it on TikTok, which that is like cleaning videos or certain videos that I can't have on TikTok. But that's basically how I create my content. For me, especially if I'm like talking in my content and like being funny, nothing's ever planned out, nothing's ever written out. And that's what a lot of people loved about my content, was that it was just very on like right in that moment. That's what I was thinking. I did the transformation videos, and that was basically like I'm turning into an aesthetic that's complete opposite of my own. So like Visco girl, e-girl.
What's an e-girl?
It's I wish I could explain it. I know I'm gonna offend some people, but
I've seen videos of like the dances they do and like the, you know, but it's like, yeah, what's
like
e-girl? And because there's e-girl and e-boy, right?
Like like ecstasy?
Is it like an anime thing?
Oh no,
I have no idea. Honestly, I don't know really much about the origins of it. I just know the aesthetic of it. It's like, it's almost like you kind of look like almost like a colorful goth. You know, it's really, yeah,
that
and
like
chains and black.
EDC?
Have you ever seen that video of those like goth kids in the ravine and they're like doing
oh yeah,
they're doing the
classic
thing
ass
with
video.
their hands, and then people
Oh,
remix
yeah.
the music. That's what I think of e-girl.
That's basically. No, it's
You know it when you see it.
exactly.
You know it when you
and
see it.
an e-boy, he like, you know, was like, but he's also like super happy at the same time. It's to me, it's so contradicting, and I'm like, I could never.
Wait, so
But-
is this thing something that people request?
Yes, and that's where y'all ask, y'all shall receive come from.
Yeah.
That is like a motto I definitely got, you know, branded for. And they were like, girl, turn into an e-girl. That'd be so funny, because they knew that I'm getting my reaction on camera.
Yeah.
You know, and so I would go out and buy the stuff and put it on, and I would make jokes and tell them how I feel. Like for a soft girl, what I say, I was like at the end, I was like, my college is paid for, you know? And so I'm kind of mocking, but it's also funny. It's really cool. You hear my like ghetto ass, you know, looking so cute and so sweet. Or like Visco girl, I hate to put it this way, like the only way I can like explain it. It's like a girl who's like super whitewashed, you know?
Yeah.
You like scrunchy, like colorful scrunchies, the hydro flask. What else? Like
We don't buy hydro flask here.
yeah,
We get the off brand.
You save the plastic water bottles.
There you go.
There you go. But yeah, that's a lot of my most well-known content was things that were requested. So I keep it kind of based on that, but also like want to do my own thing.
Now, does TikTok send you like I don't know if it's like YouTube where like you hit a milestone, they send you a little trophy or a little plaque? How does that work? Or are they still trying to figure that out?
Honestly, I think it's changed so much in the past 3 months. I think it's gonna get like that to where, because it's gonna become harder to blow up. And so it's, like if you blow up on YouTube, like you get that plaque because that's difficult,
right?
But when I blew up, I didn't get no trophy.
Man.
The trophy really is that verification too. That's like a huge reward. I got my verification when I was at 700K.
Yeah.
And I got popular creator because you're either verified or you're a popular creator on TikTok.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got both?
No, well, technically both, but my literally go on my account. It says, it has the verified check and it says popular creator. So that means you are a popular creator of TikTok. So that's really, I honestly think in the future they're going to start doing like plaques and everything.
Right.
But another thing you get is like when you're blowing up is you get a manager, which I can't talk too much about it, but basically you just, become part of TikTok. Like,
is that like monetization?
Sure.
Wait, hold on.
Extent?
Is that kind of like what's it called, those companies like YouTubers used to be part of MCOs? MC something?
When it's like a studio?
Yeah, like Maker Studios had it. Like,
it's kind of like a partnership.
It's like
basically.
Okay, gotcha.
I think also it has a big thing to do with getting verified too, because like I got my my TikTok manager, he contacted me. And then she texted me the next day. At the time, I was getting a lot of videos taken down for like whatever reason. And
you get videos taken down?
Against community guidelines.
What are community
I've been on that app. I've been on that app. There are no community guidelines.
You would think, right?
Yeah.
But like, so community guidelines goes anything violent or sexual, which of course, here's the one that's very controversial. Yeah, sexual.
What the hell?
So
I'm
like,
confused.
you can't be putting your like titties up on there. But also I've seen some very inappropriate things on there.
I work with this girl who for her OnlyFans, and she posts on TikTok, but she makes sure that she covers up as much as.
And then come see me on one.
Really, that's so. See, like I was.
And she's blowing up. I think she's already at like 50,000
OnlyFans.
She just started like a week or two ago. Like.
Yeah,
that's the thing though. Girls blow up more than guys, I feel.
It's okay. Let me get on this real quick.
Do it. Uh-oh.
So
knowledge.
One of the things that I noticed TikTok's old habits is breaking, but it's still very there. Is if you're an attractive human, and there's so many creators on TikTok, and they like I watch it and I'm like, what do you do?
Some cringy shit, huh?
Yeah, like
they're just looking at the camera, smiling
and like
at it.
no shade, no tea, no shade, nobody come for me. But like the best example I could use is Charlie, the whatever her, I can't say her last name, but she's like super famous, and all she does is do these TikTok dances, and I call them like TikTok dances because it's not really dancing. You're just like.
I know who you're, yeah.
It is kind of like, okay, sis. And she gets like millions, like 10 million views on one video that she's just dancing.
It's like crack. It's like crack. Like I've seen those videos.
Yeah, and I just don't get it. And it definitely has to do with being attractive.
I've played them 15 times too.
It's all because of dudes. It's 100% because of dudes. Because
it's something up
when
here,
I was doing like
Facebook
ads, the one that would get the most clicks would be a female thumbnail. And it'd be like, the demographic would be like dudes all the way. Because dudes are just pervs, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It is what it is.
There's a lot on there. There's one chick, I cannot remember her name.
I think I know what you're talking about.
She's super young. And she's gotten like almost 1 billion likes. And like again,
1 billion?
1 billion likes in total. What is her name?
Oh, in total, okay. I thought on one video. I was like,
no, but she also has gotten like 20 million views on one video.
We're not gonna play the video, but is this who you're talking about? Oh, I gotta mute it. I gotta mute it real quick. I
feel like it is. Let me see. No, I haven't even seen her.
Okay, but it's one of those.
It's one of those, but like super young. This chick is super young and everything. All she does is dance and like it's like, and she's like 13, 14, and she like dresses like a thought. And all this thing, but like no tea, no shade. But that's where I kind of get a little pissed off as far as like you got some real like talent on this app, and you got people in this entire world that has talent. Artists are definitely unappreciated. Many people spend their whole life doing what they love in art, and never get the recognition they deserve. But TikTok is a great platform for that. But the one, like I said, one thing that pissed me off the most is that you got these attractive people who aren't doing anything that's like funny or like wow or whatever, and they're blowing up for like whatever reason, and it's both males and females, and it's like young people, like they look like they're 22 and they're 16, so then it's weird.
Yeah, I feel like TikTok should definitely have like a verification age thing, man.
Oh, no, they actually cracked down on it a lot.
Because there used to be, because when it was Musical.ly, it was mostly kids. It was mostly like 8 to like 14-year-old kids. That's mostly what it was. But then when it started getting popular, then you got dudes like me coming on the app. And then it's like, okay, now it's not just these 8 to 14-year-old kids. You know what I mean?
That sounds terrible, but yeah, go ahead.
I'm saying older people. Say older people. I'm 29 years old. That's all I meant.
Yeah.
Older men.
You probably would have gotten like comments on a video like, "This is our territory. Get out."
So what's the age limit? Does it have agreement thing? 13 and up.
I don't remember when I made the account. I feel like it does now for sure, but I feel like you can still be any age and get on there. But the thing is, one of the things that they cracked down on was in your lives, you have to have at least 1,000 followers to go live, which I did not know that the whole time. Yeah, and because like if everybody went live, it'd be like Instagram, you know.
Yeah.
But you have to have at least 1,000 followers, and in your lives, there is the option for them to send you gifts, and it could be cashed out as real money.
Oh.
Yeah. And like no cap, I've gotten like almost $500 from one live for 4 hours, and it's just by people they want to donate to you. They want to give you your appreciation.
It's a real thing.
It's and I really appreciate it. I've been, when I started blowing up, and they were sending me this like huge amount of money to me, and I was so broke, and I was so grateful, and it allowed me to make more content, and it allowed me to make more transformation videos, which they all loved, which cost money. But the thing is of course little kids had their daddy's credit card and would send like $1,000 worth of gifts. And, so now they had to put an age limit on sending gifts, and and if you're underage, you can only send like $10 and gifts, something like that. Yeah, because it was a notice. It put on everybody's, like, as soon as you open the app, it was a notice, and you read it. And I, of course, as a creator, like went in because I saw an age restriction. I saw 18 or older, and I was like, oh my god, please tell me they're not. Like, because a good amount of my following too is younger. You know, I have a very, young audience, and one percentage. I have a very grown audience as well. But I was like, oh my gosh, I definitely got worried. But yeah, it was about the gifts, and that's really the only thing that they've cracked down on as far as age restrictions.
And one thing with the gifts, is it technically a donation, or does TikTok take like a transfer?
Honestly, I've never
tax
sent.
Purposes, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say, watch. Just say like, cause taxes.
Is that a charitable donation? What is that?
Because I just want to know, cause Twitch and all that.
Yeah.
I forgot what they said though, so I actually don't want to say anything now. But I think Twitch, like if somebody, or on YouTube, it's technically a donation. And donations you don't get taxed on.
I feel like it is, because if it weren't, because like some creators depend on their lives. Like they're literally like, drop a drama queen, which drama queen is like $25. But they depend on their lives to like pay some of their bills. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's a donation, because if they're doing that, how are you supposed to keep track of every live, taxes and all that? Or like TikTok's already getting their money, like you assume the corporation would, but I'm pretty sure it's just a donation, and it really all just depends. It's not super marketed or anything. It's just another
just
tool,
a
feature. Thank you. Another feature that's great about the app.
So people pay real money for these tokens that they then use. It's kind of like a YouTube super chat, where like somebody goes live on YouTube, and then you pay $5 and your comment shows up at the top of the screen, right? Okay.
That's basically
That's kind of tight. I mean, if you really want to you want your favorite creator to see your comments, sometimes it can get buried, like $5-10, whatever you pay, it's
just like Patreon,
and you're supporting your creator too,
Exactly, and that's what's so great too, especially like somebody like me who, I went as a full-time creator. I don't depend on my lives, and my lives are about, which some creators lack on, My lives are about you meeting me and me meeting you. Ask me questions. We get to talk. I talk to them like I'm on FaceTime with a homie. You know, other creators, they'll make it all about sending gifts. Send me gifts. Send me gifts. Yeah. You know, top 3 gifters get a duet and all this. And like,
it's like Jake Paul was showing off that merch.
Yeah.
Right? Buy that merch. Sweater
exactly.
in the bio.
You know, and it's just,
I hate that, man.
it's
when
just not cute.
It's too selly. Like,
it's greedy. And it's like, those people are the ones that put you in your position and you're really trying to like rob them, especially the younger audience. And, but yeah, I think it's a great feature because, you know, I was spending money on my content. I was putting a lot of my time in my content. My job wasn't hitting at the time. It was like out of season.
Well, even if you're not putting physical money into your content, if you're spending as much time as you are on it, that's just as valuable as your money because you're doing something that somebody else is not doing. You're taking apart all this time and you're using it to produce something that wasn't there before.
Yeah, time is valuable, you know? And it's a great donation. It's very helpful. I love the feature because it's kind of like, hey, you make me laugh every day and I appreciate you. Here's a gift, you know? And I really like that feature. It's one of the things that TikTok has that's a blessing.
TikTok's killing it though.
Oh,
they're destroying it right now.
My goodness. So. Yeah, it's the fastest growing social media platform. And
what's the other one? Triller? Is that the other one? Or are you not on that one yet?
I'm not.
She's
on
like,
that
I can't
one.
speak about that.
We actually have a non-disclosure agreement. I cannot speak about that one.
What is it?
It's called Triller.
You said Thriller?
Triller.
No, I'm still going on the bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I see people make videos.
I kind of used it, but I only used it to put a song in the background, and I put it on private.
So it's what Musical.ly used to be.
TikTok, she is not using it. They're like, God damn.
We're gonna lose her. No,
this video is not brought to you by Triller.
But TikTok sponsor us. No, I'm just kidding.
Put us on. No, no, I'm not on that. Honestly, it's if it, you know, I don't know if you could even do like your own audio on there because like a lot of my most well-known content is my own audio.
Yeah,
you know, I don't like to really do like use any sounds.
And that's what I like about TikTok is the fact that you can have the shittiest microphone, right? But you create content, and let's say you create something that doesn't necessarily pop off. Somebody then sees that, thinks of something that they could remix it, use the audio, just the audio for it, and now it becomes something completely different, right? Like that's the collaboration. Like that's crazy, you know?
Yeah, I love that feature about TikTok.
Have you ever had somebody remix your stuff?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Did it tell you?
If you click on the sound in the bottom, it'll take you to the videos that have used the sound, and most definitely, I've seen my own sound pop up on my For You page, and I'm like, yes, you know, is this another great credibility thing?
Right.
One of the sounds that was used the most and got a lot of views on it on other people's accounts was I posted a video basically about my journey on recovering from depression. I used to be like super like fucked up, you know, and I basically like involved like videos that I took only for myself. It was never meant to be public. I was not about that life. I was not like the girls that like use it to get sympathy. It was just literally I wanted to look back at the videos that I took and see how much better I've gotten. But I looked at it and I basically decided like I influence a lot of younger people. Depression is a very serious illness. Like, I want to give a message of hope. So I made all of them public. I edited it all in a video. I had videos basically talking to myself, and I would see it later in the future. And I was, you know, telling myself to like keep that hope. It'll work out. So I put that all in one video along with, you know, like a piano soundtrack in the bag that's like sentimental, and that blew up. Like that was actually my most viewed video ever. It actually hit 9 million a few days ago. Whoa. 9 million views and over 1 million
Probably
likes.
helping a lot of people
It
too.
did. Yeah, and people then took the audio and shared their story, and it was just it was also even more rewarding the fact that was the video that got the most views and the sound that was used the most and got the most engagement on it, because literally the whole reason I posted it was to send a message of hope, because I literally 2 years ago, I was a completely, or even like, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I was a completely different person than I am now. And I could say I'm actually happy. But back then, I would look at you and be like, I'm fine. Then go home and have a whole episode and, fight with my family and this happened and just be so depressed, So, but that was a video that the sound got used the most. And, and it did help a lot of people. I had people messaging me like, listen, that's also extremely rewarding is when people, DM me on their own time and tell me like, hey, listen, I saw that, especially for the depression video. They were like, hey, listen, I saw that video. I am going through it right now. I lost everything, lost this. I really needed to see that. Thank you. You saved my life just now.
That's crazy. That's the best compliment someone can get. I got chills right now.
Yeah. And it's just that's there's so many things on social media that's terrible. Yeah. And it's just like disgust you.
Well, it's because also like, and we always talk about this, like everybody only posts the best part of their lives on social media. So when you see something like that, it's very refreshing because you're like, okay, so it's not even if somebody you thought maybe their life was perfect, here you're seeing all this other stuff that's like it hasn't been like that the whole time.
Yeah.
So
that's why I say my content is very real. I am straight up. I'm a straight up person. Like I'll tell you that I don't like you. I don't hate you, but I don't like you.
Yeah.
But as far as my content, I'm not afraid to show that because I succeeded. I got better. I'm way better. And if I had seen a video like that back in the day, it would have helped me, and so especially nowadays, how social media is, there's such terrible things on there, such bad energy, and like, if you're going to post, you're only posting like what's
a lot of false reality.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted it to be very real. I wanted it, to show people. And like at the time in school, especially, and I talked about it a lot in other videos, explaining how I was at that time. Cause like you see me now and I'm like, I look so happy. And in high school, I looked so happy, but I wasn't. And it also showed the people who aren't even going through depression or will in the future or whatever, who it shows those people that like don't be fooled, that most of the time the person who's the happiest in the room is the saddest. So it really, like, you couldn't go wrong with that video and its reach and the engagement on it. It's relatable to everybody. So that's the video I'm most proud of because it had the biggest impact on TikTok.
Damn, that's dope.
That's so sick.
And the fact that you're already reaching like 2 million people, like you can only imagine if you got that one message, how many other people got the same, they feel the same way, but aren't messaging you about it,
Yeah, I had people who like even admitted they were like, "So I don't follow you. I don't, don't really like your content that much, but this video popped up on my For You page and it really helped,
right.
And so that was the whole point. I don't need you to like me. I don't need you to care about me or like watch my videos, but even if you don't like me, this can still help you and apply to you. And it's something that a lot of people really needed to see. And so I was really happy.
Have you ever been hit up for like collaboration on TikTok?
What are you referring to? Like TikTok?
Yeah, because I know like on like YouTubers create content daily, but they're always like, oh, let's boost our reach by collaborating together on a video. Like, is that a thing on TikTok or is that not a thing?
Kind of with TikTok. TikTok has their own campaigns, like the corporation themselves, but collaborations is very, very most definitely like with other companies, like sponsorships, collaborations, campaigns. That's the only way that we can, TikTok creators can monetize their views, which is aggravating, is basically through your sponsorships and your campaigns. But yeah.
So wait, you have to like go out there and find a sponsor?
No, they come to you, and if you want, you could most likely. But the thing is, it's so difficult to monetize on TikTok. Like if I could monetize, and I also explain like this: TikTok is so new. Like if you have 1.9 million followers on Instagram, you've made it, like financially you can do that for the rest of your life. That's your career, because like I love my art, but also like I need to pay bills and I also need to put so much time into my content, my art. So I get stuck.
I say find a way to mix them all in together because you're so talented, dude. Like you do dope makeup. You are very good at drawing.
Thank
You're
you.
funny as hell. And I mean, you just have that wit about you. So I mean, not to hype you up, dude. But even when you weren't doing TikTok, I was like, dude, that girl's gonna make it.
Stop dick riding, bro.
Oh shit! No, I was like, I always said you should make a YouTube channel first. I didn't know what TikTok was at the time, but
yeah, that was one of the things that was like, it was like, yes. Is that I had a lot of people tell me that, and I'm always like, I don't know, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. But
I mean, you posted content like on your Instagram story
every day,
as much as you do now. You know? So,
because you know what's crazy? Like, you know how a lot of people too, they're like scared to get a sponsor or monetize their stuff. I was always like, when I see people on YouTube do it, like get a monetization or a sponsor, I'm like, hell yeah, get that money.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna skip that ad.
Or people say that you sold out, and it's like, fam, I gotta pay my bills. You know?
Like, are you gonna pay them?
You want that,
exactly.
but that's how times have changed, though. If you look at YouTube 10 years ago, if somebody had a sponsor, they sold out. Now it's like, whoa,
it's part of your hustle.
I've seen MyJuicySteak. She's like, this video is brought to you by Disney. I'm like, what? You got a Disney sponsorship, bro?
MyJuicySteak's been around for so long.
But still, even for a big YouTuber that gets something sponsored by
But Maker
Disney.
Studio was already there, so that was Disney.
Oh, they got bought out by Disney, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And Disney owns the world. So
I
think that's
we're old though. We're old. We know all
I don't know if
history.
Maker Studio is even around anymore. Is it?
Probably not.
It was when PewDiePie was on it, and then that whole thing happened.
Yeah, no.
And that was when like all the YouTube went to
I don't
shit.
even think PewDiePie is on YouTube anymore.
Yeah,
starting
Really?
Starting next year.
What?
Starting 2020, he's not going to be on YouTube anymore. He's leaving the platform.
What?
Yeah.
I remember being young and I was like a gamer girl and I would watch.
That fool making bank though. 103 million subscribers.
But that's
103. Yeah.
Is it?
103.
He has like what? Probably the most subscribers.
Yeah, I think he beat out that
YouTube.
Indian, the T series.
Yeah.
There's like an Indian, like India. It's a huge population.
Wow.
You know what's crazy? Never seen a T series video. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
#1 subscribe YouTube on channel on the
Well, think about it. India has huge population compared to America and like a lot of the world.
Is that India?
like that?
Yeah.
I thought it was China. Anyways.
Oh no, China definitely has the biggest.
Mr. Beast has been killing it on YouTube.
Do you know who that?
You know
is?
who Mr. Beast is?
He's the one who gives all the money away. Like he's always giving money away. He did like the team trees.
No, literally, he just gave away.
I feel like I have, but I sometimes don't like.
That fool gave away $1 million.
I haven't. No.
He said he put a stack of dollar bills.
Well, they had to do all these things before. They had to do.
He basically said,
trials.
put your all 4 guys, put your hand on top of this $1 million. Last one to take their hand off of it wins it. And I think the guy went 36 hours. The last guy.
That fool was pretty beast. But then like he was like.
But it was after like 32 hours. One of the last guys.
It's on TikTok?
No, it's on YouTube.
Oh, I was gonna say. Oh.
Yeah. No. Sorry, we switched platforms on you.
Yeah, my
I'm
bad.
all over the place.
Yeah, but essentially, like, even at the last like 3 hours of the whole thing, the reason one of the guys got disqualified was because he had a knee spasm because they're standing for 30 something hours.
Mm-hmm.
He had a knee spasm, and his impulse was to just check on his knee.
Oh, I didn't even watch that.
Yep. So he lost that $1 million. He still got $30,000 free.
I would not take my hand off it. I'm like, you can't even pull me away from it. I got this.
You're like super glue.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Super glue and meat dollar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nail my feet into the ground. I ain't going nowhere, son. Yeah, no, but that's something I would love to do when it really hits, like, because I've definitely made it already, but financially, no. So it's like I said, it's because it's hard to monetize on TikTok, but.
You definitely establish yourself on the platform as a creator.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah, because I for sure think a sponsor would no doubtably pay. Because like I would, if I had like a marker company or and like you did your drawings, I'd be like, I'll easily pay you like 50 G's for the year. Probably more than that.
Honestly, this is how I explain to a lot of people, because it's so new that if you have 1.9 million on Instagram, you get like a $50,000, $20,000, $10K off one video or a photo or a campaign. TikTok, no. It's you, like, no. You're like, honestly, the biggest amount I've been offered by a sponsorship is $500.
Really?
But what I was going to say.
Hold on.
Wait.
And I do have to say something about that.
Wait, real quick. Could I just.
Forget.
Is there like a swipe up? Or anything like a link thing.
That's
the biggest reason.
I was gonna say that, and also the majority of people are on there
are young,
are younger, so maybe they don't have the purchasing power. That's just crazy to me.
No, but
though.
it's still, the whole thing is if I had a swipe up, it doesn't matter because I can use my parents' card no matter what.
That's true.
And
Yeah,
worst case, the company that's going to get screwed over is the sponsor because that's a chargeback towards that sponsor if the parent wants to write a chargeback.
But yeah,
on it.
trafficking people, like you said,
Yeah.
that is a feature I wish would come, or at least they let you put a link.
You can put a link in your.
Yeah, you can put up a sign. And then they can make,
HTTPS.
because then they can technically make a landing page, a specific landing page for you. So it'd be like this marker at MyJuicySteak, and then anybody goes to that landing page, they can do those analytics.
But that's the thing. Even in the bio, you can't put a website.
You can put your Instagram.
You can't put a link.
You can put your Instagram, and then your Instagram put the link.
And then
Yeah, that's what I do. But then you have to like that's you gotta that's hard to traffic. Through,
I saw a guy do that.
To 3 places or 2 places just to get to this website.
You should try it though. You should hold up a piece of paper, see if people go to that link, and then you can you can have a business like it's like a one sheet. It's like look how many people clicked on it, and they're like, oh shit, you can monetize it, and then they'll probably be like, I'm willing to pay this much.
You can put it in the caption, and the caption's right there. You don't have to it's just
don't listen to him.
Why? I try to help.
Honestly, I would do that for sure even just like for it to be funny.
Yeah.
But also like
Go.
give me more money.
I saw this one guy started drop shipping business on TikTok. Have you ever heard of drop shipping?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this guy basically said he's gonna start a whole Shopify website, and he's only gonna pay TikTok creators or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, "There's people with hundreds of thousands."
And
like
there's gonna be
$20
more established, businesses just through TikTok, and that's great. And like I said, there's been a lot of creators, pissed off because they can't monetize it. And so, how are you supposed to make it your career?
Yeah.
Because if I had 1.9 million on Instagram, I'm set. I'm getting money. I'm getting 10K off of photo or a campaign. I'm getting a lot of engagement. I can put links. You can put like the shop now, on the video and the photo. On TikTok, no. And so I definitely think it's going to be a feature that's going to be.
I think there's probably a lot of legalities behind it. So TikTok's probably making all the processes, like, doing all the papers and everything. Because, that's like, for TikTok, that must be a fucking crazy ass realm for taxing and shit. That's why business, I'm like, fuck.
But also, like, people think about it like, we are getting you so much money right now, and you are not paying your creators. And also, I found out that my, videos were being used in ads, and I wasn't getting paid for it. And I was like,
was that in the terms of service though?
And that's where I was
that's
like,
what they get you.
But
in an ad by by TikTok itself or by
TikTok, like TikTok
that's so
advertise.
Wow.
But it's also like they said they would have campaigns. Like, don't get me wrong, I love TikTok. I love TikTok, but it's also like I said, there are still things that they need to work on.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, they're compared to like Instagram and Facebook, like they're really a new, smaller company. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, who owns that?
So-
do you know who owns it? Is it a big company or is it like just TikTok?
It was a company, company in China or something like that. Oddly enough, don't know that much.
Was it Musical.ly?
So basically, whoever made Musical.ly, they bought them out and basically bought the app and then kind of redid it. And then I think it's a Chinese company, or no, I'm sorry, a kid made it. And then the Chinese company like bought it off him or something like that. It was really weird. But
so
it was
it got
like,
big in China first, you think? Or it was just bought out by a Chinese company?
I think it just bought out by a Chinese company. But possibly it could have been, because I did see back in the day a lot of like TikToks before it really blew up.
Like the Japanese one, Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese, Japanese, like that kind of culture, a lot on there. And they would do like the, Chinese, Japanese makeup, and it's like, oh, damn, bitch. Like,
when they wipe their face and it's like
they take off their prosthetic nose. I'm over here like,
my mind.
Over here, you got to pay thousands of dollars.
They put the tape to make their eyes bigger.
Dude, that one video I sent you, or did you send it to me?
Which one?
On Facebook Messenger. You sent me I sent you, or you sent it to me, and it was a complete transformation. Like I was like, that was a guy. Whoa. I had no idea.
That's some trickery right there.
Yeah, y'all are getting, our tricks now. You're getting wigs and, everything. I'm like, damn, now we get catfished, like.
Oh, yeah, dudes could do that now.
Yeah,
like when
they
they're bald.
shave off. Yeah, if they're starting to bald, they can shave off, like, where the balding is, and then they put on a wig. It gets cut perfectly to their hair, and it's like crazy,
It looks good. I was like,
yeah. Well, you're over here like, I'm over here like, okay, honey, I'm gonna take off my wig, and then he's gonna be like, okay.
He's like, me too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's where I'm over here like, damn, son, you gotta be careful out here. Like, but I'm good, like, he's got real hair. I'm alright. My husband, he's got longer hair than me. I'm so mad about that.
I want to ask a question. Now, being as popular as a creator as you are, how would you address like the hate? Because I know one thing that I see commonly is people who join a platform, blow up, and then they see all this attention they're getting, and they either can't emotionally deal with it, or like it's too like there's always trolls, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that's part of the job? Like, how does that work?
Okay, so I hate to say this, but it's something that you have to deal with as a creator.
Comes with the territory.
It comes with it. As much as you get praise, you're gonna get twice the hate. And then if as much as you get hate, you're gonna get twice the praise. It's just how it is. But that's a lot of creators have not been able to handle it, especially on TikTok, because like some people have blown up. And they're like, oh, cool. And then they kept, put out more videos and blew up. And then they were getting an extreme amount of hate. And they couldn't do it. They wouldn't, And for me, trust me, I got bothered by it for sure. And the hate, oddly enough, is not as cutthroat as Instagram, but because I noticed the difference, because people are a lot meaner on Instagram than TikTok. But even then, hate is hate. It bothers you. It's rude. It's disrespectful. It's very directed. And I've had hate where it's just like go kill yourself. And it's like, damn, But as a creator on any social media platform, you have to deal with it. It's just gonna come with it, and it's really terrible. And not everybody can handle it. Like some people have had mad breakdowns. People have gotten very depressed because you're caring too much about this person who you have never met. You do not know this person. They're across the world. And they said that they didn't like you. Yeah. And that's kind of how the mindset is, and it's also apologize to nobody. Yeah. You are just being you. Especially, don't get me wrong, like if you fuck up and you do something very offensive, by all means, like, have people tell you that you fucked up. But there's a difference between saying, hey, this is not cool, to you saying, you're a piece of shit person. I don't like you. You're terrible. I wish you would die. That's just like, damn, who pissed in your cereal? Like, but that's a unique expression. It sucks, and when it started, it was just kind of like, it did aggravate me because and the first thing I would think is, you don't know me. Yeah. And I would let it make me angry, and it did bother me. But then as I, started to do it more and I got more and more hate, it was
desensitized to that. Like, oh,
it was just kind of like.
So was that user Arizona Bob_gamer with no profile photo? Exactly. 0 uploaded TikToks.
X3 emo boy.
You have to also think about it like, okay, this person thinks that they got their big boy pants on because they're behind a screen. And you're not, like, because I know most of the hate that I've gotten, they would never say it to me in person because, like, you're a pussy, they hate to put it that way. But, like, you would never say this to somebody face to face. But because you're behind a screen, you think that you can, and that you don't know this person, you're not face to face, and they also look at you like you're, famous. To me, I'm just me, and I have been blessed. But to other people, I'm famous, like, oh my gosh, which technically, yes, I am. But
I'm not gonna lie, I have a niece. She's 15 years old, and she had her phone open on TikTok. And we were talking about TikTok. She's like, oh, my friend from school's on TikTok. I'm like, oh, I have a friend on TikTok too. Yeah, MyJuicySteak. She's like, oh my God, Theo, you know who that is? I'm like, yeah. Like, I had no idea. At this point, I was like, I didn't know. I didn't even know you were on TikTok, and I didn't know you had that many followers. I knew you were going up. I was like, I think she has like a million likes or something. I don't know how that works. And I go on your page, like 1.9 million. I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's when I knew I made it. as far as like social being like a creator is when I was getting recognized in person. That same situation, somebody's like niece or little brother or whatever is like, oh my God, you know MyJuicySteak, and like people that I know, like my brother's family, of course they, you know, his little sisters all know me, but they're all like, they definitely, you know, still fangirl, and they're like, oh my God, you know, and it's a really good feeling. Then I'm out at Walmart, that's why I can't go nowhere looking busted, you know, because they'll ask for pictures, and then I'm like, you know, but
so it's like a full-time job,
it's
man.
a full-time thing, because like, and I get recognized almost everywhere I go, and you know, I stay, and even if they don't approach me, I know that they know who I am, because it's a whole different vibe because it's not like, oh, because I used to get stared at hard, you know, because I was just a pretty girl, but what's it called? It's like when you're like famous and they see you, they're like, oh my God,
they're just staring at you from far away going,
yeah, and they get really nervous, and you know, they keep staring hard at you.
because they're contemplating whether the fact they're going to come say hi or
yeah,
not.
exactly, yeah, or they're trying to figure it out, like, oh my God, is that? And then like I remember at Home Depot, this is when it was like still newer, getting recognized at Home Depot. like a bunch of the workers at the cashier like all knew me, but one guy was like, Are you on TikTok? Like you famous on TikTok or something like that? And I was like, yeah. And they were all like, oh, I knew it. I knew it was her. But it's a great feeling though. But
it's gotta be. Yeah.
So like,
it looks like to a point though. Like I'd be like, ooh, that looks like too much. Like, you know, like Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Kanye or like Kim.
Yeah.
Like that just looks like. Oh.
Everybody wants to be famous, but does not realize what comes with that.
Now hold up. Do you get mad if you go out and you don't get recognized?
No, not really. It's just kind of like, I like it because I'm not at I've never gotten mad about it or bothered. Like, nobody knows me, you know. It's kind of, it's even then I have a loss of privacy right now. Mm-hmm. You know, I've had people who used to know me selling my number.
What?
Yes. Like selling my number, and it's just and then selling
like on
it
eBay.
Or just as somebody who may know me and they're like, you want to talk to her? Give me $50, you know, like, and it's just kind of like,
That's weird,
that's a hustle.
man.
Yeah, I've had people give away my address, you know, and that's a huge safety concern. Yeah, it's just like, absolutely not. And so when I'm out, especially like, I'm also a person who, like, as much as I'm very outgoing, I love talking to people, I also do like my space. Mm-hmm. And so if I'm going out to run into Walmart real quick, I don't really want to have to stop, or if maybe it's a bad day or something, I really just don't want to deal with anybody. Trust me, I love my supporters. I love when they approach me.
Yeah, but sometimes you have bad days.
Yeah, and also like I look busted, and you know.
Why don't you wear like big ass sunglasses?
No, I have literally went undercover before, especially when I was popping. I was like, okay.
Some people are detectives though. They're like,
yeah, honestly.
Or your tattoos.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely gave it away.
You just go with long ass gloves like Sailor Moon or whatever.
Honestly, I've walked into Walmart before, like with my hands in my pocket with long sleeve on.
Now you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. Oh.
Why you getting hands?
Yeah. Either like they're like, who is this? Or like, she's trying to steal.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like.
Can't win.
But yeah, no, I enjoy it, but also I like the privacy. Yeah, for sure.
I would imagine
it's very enjoyable. Because I would not want to be on the level of like an A-lister. Like they can't go outside.
I wonder how they do that though. Like if you're gonna, let's say you're a Michael Jackson type, like that big, right? Mm-hmm. Kevin Hart, you interact with so many people in a day, in a week, in a month. Someone's gonna know where you live.
Yeah.
What's to stop them from giving out your address?
If somebody doesn't like you, know, they want to kill you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
There's some weird people out there. There's been
the YouTuber who got shot.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Talking about Christina Grimmie?
Yes, and that's the huge. It's real big on safety. I got a threat. I was going to have a meet and greet in like 2 weeks, and somebody sent me a threat and said that they were going to come to my meet and greet and shoot it up. Which that, of course, was a huge concern. Yeah, but it turned out to be just a little kid.
Yeah, even if it was that, it's still, you don't know.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's crazy.
And it's not just me in harm's way. It's my supporters. Mm-hmm. I don't call them my fans. I call them my supporters because I feel like...
What I get the idea this was a white kid.
Probably.
I'm just saying... Taylor, go back in the house.
Fuck you, Bob.
You honestly though, like you would think, especially what's been going on now.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Like somebody would make that kind of a joke of like, oh, even if you're saying a joke and like,
bro, it doesn't matter because
why?
people do swatting on Twitch, and I remember hearing about
Well,
that.
what's swatting?
Well, you basically, I don't know how they do it, but they find a person's address, like a streamer that beat them in a game, and then they call the SWAT on them. So they literally come into the house.
Heard
and I heard
about
somebody
that.
died because the guy didn't know.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck? He was just playing games, and then like a SWAT came, and he was holding his controller in his hand. So he walked out the door. He had kids and everything, got shot by the SWAT team because they thought that he was holding a gun. He was like, what the fuck is happening right now? And went outside.
No,
and
I saw a bunch of like
oh.
videos about that, and on my feed that like gamers were getting spotted. Yeah, I didn't know that's what it was called. That's terrible. But even then, like that's all the dangers. That's why I'm happy with the privacy that I have now, and it is a goal of mine to get it bigger and expand and everything. And I know I will lose more privacy and have bigger threats and everything, but it's just kind of
you can't live in fear either.
You can't live in fear, and it's what comes with it.
I wonder if you can get like a police escort or something for something like that. Like if you did do a meet and greet, like is that something that they can offer?
That's the meet and greets where you have to like buy a ticket and everything. The meet and greet I made was basically, it was supposed to be free. I was not going to charge for my first meet and greet. I just wanted to be my supporters. They're the people who put me in my position. I am more than grateful for that. But most definitely, if you need like police escorts, it needs to be at a venue and everything. You have to buy a ticket, and especially if you have a very large following who's like the engagement's very good. So like if Celeste Rose, has a meet and greet, there's tons of people there, or like Jeffree Star, there's thousands of people there.
Because if I was one of them, I'd get like straight Dog the Bounty Hunter dudes with like full ARs and like 7 of them, and just have them all around
especially
me.
If you're some
Try me. Lightsabers pull up.
I wish you. I'm strapped. Like no, but what's it called? Especially if you're a creator who has pissed off a good amount of people, or you're kind of controversial. Like people, I'm definitely controversial because I have an accent, and I'm mixed. But people just like, some people want to be like, shut up, stop talking like that. You're white, and I'm like, yeah. Okay, and I also grew up in the, in the hood with it was mainly filled with Hispanics, and my closest friends are all, Hispanic, and I've just always been around the culture. My biological father is Mexican, and just a whole bunch of things. And so, especially if you're controversial, and also like what I say, what comes out of my mouth, I make some dark jokes, and people don't like them. Like say like Jeffree Star, he's he's a male, and he dresses as a female, and he's just enjoying himself. He likes makeup, likes to look good, he has his aesthetic.
But there's people who are not gonna like that.
Yeah, and people who want to who are extremists and want to like hurt you, and that's why I'm good right now, especially for the what I'm dealing with in my personal life. The last thing I need is to worry about my safety, But you're right. I'm gonna have some big bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know some people in Northtown. Just grab them, grab the homies.
Yeah.
No, for real. Or Tampa. I got people in Tampa. Hey,
exactly.
Just get some Owen dudes because they all look like 7 feet tall. I'm like, every security guard I met.
Yeah.
I'm
You
like,
also
damn.
need to look even if they may not be armed or whatever. They need to look like they're gonna protect you and they're gonna rock your shit.
Yeah, this
if you
YouTuber
touch
I was
them.
watching, he had just dudes all around him. He'd pay him $500,000 a year, or for 3 years, and they all had ARs, and they just walk around because he was in Philly.
Yeah,
it's it's super.
They don't
bad
even
out
have
there.
to be loaded.
Like, damn.
It's just the look of you
Not load them.
Well,
yeah. You're
Load them.
I'd be safe. Just littles.
yeah.
I don't want anybody dead, but man, if somebody's down to kill people, that's terrible.
Yeah, but like I said, that's just what comes with it, you know, and you just have to deal with it. But it is a huge blessing, also, especially if it's what you're an artist, you always wanted to be acknowledged for it and respected for it. It's a great feeling. But for every great thing, there's something for a cool pill that you take or whatever. It has side effects basically, and there's pros and cons. But.
Are you currently taking any gigs or commissions for your work, for your art?
So it's kind of still building, but there is a page on my site. It's commissions, and you can go fill out the form, and that's where I'll see it and I'll talk to you, and like not all are accepted, but I definitely wanted to start getting my actual like illustration art. I also can build art pieces and everything.
Sculpt and stuff.
Yeah,
Damn,
like I made
crazy.
a wall art piece, made out of like it was like wood, and it had real sprockets in it, like real gears. It was so heavy. Look, we had to split it into 3.
Shit.
Yeah,
Damn.
but that's kind of installation art and everything, but I want to do more of that, and it's like help me help you. I'll make this for you. You pay me, of course. Then
We'll put the link
I get
right
a video.
Here. Put the link right here. Make it pop up on screen. Just kidding. Can't do that. We don't have a budget for these videos.
I was like, we're gonna do it. This one's just gonna be going like this.
Yeah,
That's dope.
it's also like another way to kind of monetize. What you're doing.
You gotta be smart because you're gonna do everything. Can't leave money on the table.
Yeah.
Just do everything.
How do you feel about that app? What's it called? The one where all these celebrities are getting on and they're freaking doing
LinkedIn?
like paid shout outs, bro.
What?
Yeah, like you'll see somebody who was like big on Disney Channel back in the day, and they're like, I'll make a little 15-20 second video and I'll shout you out, and it's like $100, $200.
Oh, to shout somebody's page out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, but it's not even like it's an app. Like,
Is it app?
It's an app. I forgot what it's called.
What's it called?
Hold on. You can do it. You can do it. No, it's like, so like for example, there's a lot of child stars, right, who never really made movies afterwards.
Yeah.
But like that's the kid from Home Alone or whatever, Macaulay Culkin, right? So he'll do like a little 15-second video, sell it to you for $200, $300. There's a bunch of celebrities on there.
Really?
I think Kim Kardashian's on there, but her shit's like $5,000, $10,000.
Of course, yeah. Most of their
I'd sell a
wealth is
product and
from-
be like, all right, Kim, we have to say this is my favorite product.
It's called Cameo. It's called Cameo.
Cameo?
Cameo, yeah.
Oh shit, I'm gonna use that app.
No, for real.
But no, there's a bunch of celebrities on there.
What about
a lot of
YouTubers?
comedians,
Wow.
YouTubers, like any kind of influencers.
go.
And basically, what you do is you just kind of like, it's my birthday. Can you give me a little birthday shout out? And you don't post it on your social media. You just record the video on your phone. You send them the video.
So this is literally an app just for like almost like a sponsorship.
Personalized shout outs. Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah. Just put you on.
that's interesting.
I'm not lost. I'm with the times. I'm with the times. I may be almost 30 years old, but I know what's popping.
Yeah, I'm only 20 and I still live under a rock. But that's cool. That's great. Yeah, but there's another thing too is a great way to monetize, especially for TikTok creators. That's awesome. I'm glad I know that.
Are you into
Thank
Bitcoin?
you. Huh?
Are you into Bitcoin?
Bitcoin?
Bring it up every time.
I know what it is.
Okay.
I've never done it.
Well, one of the reasons I wanted to bring it up is because
What
you
is it at
mentioned
right now?
monetizing, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a way with Bitcoin to do like micropayments, where like let's say if somebody could figure out how to make an app where people can pay you indirectly with how they watch your content and engage with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like it'd be completely integrated into the app, and like let's say I watched. For your content, I was just binging it for 3 hours straight.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get enough of that the content, right?
Yeah.
Well, then somehow out of my wallet, it would take out like 0.00003 cents for every hour or whatever it is. But it's like you're getting paid for the attention that I'm giving you, right?
Wow.
I'm not, and it would be so little that I wouldn't notice it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would just refill my
Sounds like YouTube.
Yeah.
my wallet
when you
up
get
for
monetized.
Almost, yeah, but it'd be coming out of the viewer's pocket.
But you cut out the middleman directly, and it's like the content creator getting paid by their viewer.
That would be so great. And also, like, even if it's a small amount, if you get, I have
million of those.
I have 52 million likes.
There you
That's not
go.
even including views.
Mm-hmm.
If I could, that would definitely be a phenomenal way.
So go buy Bitcoin. Link in the bio. I'm just kidding.
Let me get on. Let me get on that.
We appreciate you joining us on the podcast.
thank
Is
you
there
so
any last words of advice or anything you want to kind of say on camera before we close out this episode, as we are at the hour-and-a-half mark?
I mean, I appreciate. Thank you so much for contacting me and having me.
Of course.
Come over and do the podcast. It's great. It's my
This
first
is the
ever.
longest content you created, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Because everything else has been like 15 seconds a minute.
Yeah. 59 seconds.
I feel like everyone should have something that's long form, especially for like content creators like yourself who thrive on these, short attention span apps.
People love getting to know.
Exactly.
So I really appreciate the opportunity. And honestly, last words.
Podcast coming 2020.
Drop your website. Merch is drop, right? You got some merch?
Yeah, MyJuicySteak. MyJuicySteak.com.
You guys do 4X?
Oh yeah, yes. On some.
We're gonna figure that out.
Yeah.
Because I want to be someone's juicy steak.
Ooh. That was cute.
But yes, thank you, and appreciate your artist.
Oh wait,
and everything.
last thing. Wait, where did the name Juicy Steak come from? I forgot.
Oh, I got you. Oh, real quick. So basically, I used to be a gamer girl. I was all about PC gaming, and for some reason, at the time, I was replacing every single cuss word with steak. So I'd be like, "Oh, you steak! Oh, steak you!" And I remember I was young. I was in middle school, and
oh, steak you! What the fuck did she say?
Mother Staker.
Yeah, exactly. And it was funny.
Yeah.
Like I had like online friends who I've never met in person.
I'm laughing right now.
On Skype, but we were all making our Instagrams. I was like, what should I make my username? They're like, do something with steak. That's your thing. And so I made MyJuicySteak. And I always say, fast forward to years later, it does not sound like what it sounded to me when I was younger.
Yeah.
It's but if the shoe fits, I wore it.
There you go.
But
there you go.
That's the origins of it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for joining us on the podcast.
Thank you.
Everybody who's tuning in, make sure you follow. Well, you got more followers than us. Go follow us on Instagram. And we'll catch you guys in the next morning dinner.
Later, y'all.
Bye.
Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, in the goddamn refrigerator.
I sure am hungry.
That wraps up episode 88 of the Morning Dinner Podcast. If you're still hanging on there by a thread, don't forget to
like,
and then
subscribe,
and then
comment
on the video, because we need it for the algorithm, because we set a goal of 1,000 subscribers for this year and we did not reach it.
Still did not hit it.
We took a little break at the end of the year, but I think it's, you know what, bro? We've been pretty consistent all year long. What did you say?
No.
Okay. Well, without further ado, so what'd you think about that episode with Layla, man?
Bro.
At My Juicy Steak. What you learn? What you like?
The thing that blew my mind is just like, I didn't know what TikTok really was. I didn't know it was that hype.
That was a dope episode, though. It was nice reconnecting and kind of getting to know a little bit more backstory.
Yep.
On Layla. And yeah, if you guys are still watching right now,
yo, congrats.
don't forget to subscribe, man, because we need them subs.
And like and comment. Love y'all. Peace.
Bye.